Hi, Uncommon Schools. My name is Lindsay Black, and I just want to start off by saying that I am greatly appreciative that I am able to make it one step further in the application process. So thank you very much for that opportunity. I wanted to give you a chance to learn a little bit more about me. My name is Lindsay Black. I'm a junior elementary education major from an urban community called East Palo Alto. I was born to two parents. However, my mom was the breadwinner. She was a single mother raising two children simply because my father couldn't get it together to stay out of the prison system. Thankfully, my brother and I were afforded the opportunity to be part of a busing program that took us out of our urban school district and moved us to the suburban school district with a higher quality of education. These schools happen to be predominantly white schools, and my brother and I found ourselves being the only students of color within our classrooms. I built a resiliency in order to get through my public education system and come to Howard University, pursue a degree in elementary education, and here I am one step closer to being the first in my family to graduate from college. However, that same experience, that same resiliency did not foster within my brother. And I really wanted to begin to understand why we were so different if we came from the same family with the same traditions and same customs and the same school system. But I firmly believe that our experiences within the school system are what made us so different as we grew up as adults. And he's really inspired me to be an educator and make sure that the public school system is changed and cultural diversity is accepted within all schools and school districts in order to foster excellence from each and every child. And I just really wish to be a change agent within the urban communities because of my brother. Coming to Howard University, I was afforded many great opportunities. Last year, I went on an alternative spring break trip. This is a program that students put on for students in order for them to go to different cities within a nation and perform a community service project over the course of the week. I was put into the Detroit, Michigan group, and we were doing service projects within the school community in Detroit. We were in elementary schools and high schools, but I really want to hone in on one of my elementary school experiences. A group of me and my peers were within a third grade classroom, and we were tasked to put on a literacy lesson. And I chose to do an activity on rhyming. And so we read Dr. Seuss, we learned about rhyming words, and we got to create our own rhyming words. I would put a rhyming word on the board, and the students would have a post-it note and put a word that rhymed with the word that I put on the board. So they'd write it on the paper, and they'd come up, and they'd run up to the board, and they'd post it on the board. Most of the students were incredibly ecstatic to be up at the board with me, and they were incredibly engaged as well. But I noticed one student, one little boy in the back of the room whose head was down on the desk, and he just didn't look like he wanted to be there. So I took it upon myself to go back to the back of the classroom and talk to him. I asked him his name, asked him what he had for breakfast, then I asked him if he understood what I asked him to do. And he totally understood. And then all of a sudden, some type of light ignited from his soul, and he got up, ran to the front of the classroom, and put his post-it note on the board with conviction and confidence. And I realized that, I could have just written that student off as someone who didn't care, didn't want to hear what Miss Black had to say. But I didn't, and I took that moment to go back there and make sure that he felt supported within the classroom. And I was very proud of myself for doing that, and that was one of my proudest moments because that was the first moment that I felt like I was a real teacher and I felt like I made a little bit of difference. And that really kept me motivated to continue to pursue my degree in education. All the little boy needed was a little extra push and a little bit of support, and it reminded me of my brother. And if my brother would have had that same experience within his classroom, consistently had that same experience within his classroom, maybe he would have had a more positive experience all around with the public school system in Palo Alto. Once again, my name is Lindsay Black, and I'm a junior at Howard University studying elementary education. And I just wanted to take this time to truly thank you again for allowing me to take this one step further into potentially being a future Uncommon Schools Fellow.